Split decision MMA UK here, post-show at ICE FC2. We're here with the man with the red jacket, shall we call you? I've been told by a lot of people to ask you about the jacket, so I'm going to start with it. When did you make the choice and why?
The man with the red jacket. I know you're trying to shoot from the hip here, but surely you can come up with better than that. I was thinking maybe the man from Butlins, or I don't mean Ian Butlin, or maybe the Lion Tamer Extreme, the Ginger Lion Tamer. But what about the red jacket? You know, the thing is, haters are going to hate, aren't they?
Haters are going to hate.
You know, you're either with me or against me. You with me?
I'll say I'm with you, yeah, I might as well. Especially since I failed with the joke and you've kept me going, so that's all right. It's all right. And, you know, your post-show, you know, you were in and out of that cage all night announcing it. Any highlights that you can remember from it, and how did it go from your opinion?
Oh well, you know, I think you could start with a card from top to bottom, which was ram full of highlights, wasn't it? You know, I think everyone's going to go away and say the Dean Gaskell versus Leon Clark fight, back and forth action, both fighters looking out on the feet at some points would be a highlight. But you know, there's just too numerous to mention. I think FCPC they've probably come tonight, and I don't think they've recorded a win. I could be wrong, but they've had 3 unbelievable fights. So, you know, the thing is, what we always say is we want to match 50-50 fights. They were all 50-50 fights. There's too many people who've got a coach and a manager and they've got a career. You know, it's amateur MMA. This is where you should be learning. You know, so we want to match good fights. We matched a lot of good fights. Our card was fantastic at the start of the week. You know, and ultimately, I think it's just the nature of the beast. We're going to lose fights as we go along. Sadly, it's just a fact of what we are, what we're doing, and where it's going to go. But we're delighted. We've got to be delighted with fights like that. We've showcased world-class talent in that last fight, you know, and that fight was befitting of any promotion, not just national, you know, international. It was a top draw fight, so we're delighted to have hosted that. And then, as I said, Adil Hussein versus Chris Peroni. Chris Peroni looks legit, and then you've got the Leon Clark fight, which I alluded to already. And, you know, some of the black legs like Aaron Johnson had a tough fight tonight on paper anyway, and he just ran through him, so it was good. Yeah, again, the kids at the start of the show brought it off well. 2 14-year-olds with legit skills on the ground. So I've used that word legit twice, and I'm not from the street. I'm from Middleton, you know, but I'm trying.
I'm from Mellor, and you know, I use the word fantastic too much. I think if everybody watches everyone sing in my interviews, you just hear fantastic fight, and I need to learn a bit more vocabulary. But it's like you said, especially with the Dean Gaskell Leon Clark fight, that fight to and fro, like you said, and that's great matchmaking, because that fight could have been ended at any point by either of them. So that's like one of the best fights.
Well, let me tell you, he takes a lot of flatbread, Conway, and not least from me. But he refereed tonight out of his skin. Not just that fight, there was a couple of fights where he could have stopped, he let him go on a little bit, and then the other guy went on to win. So that's what you're paying for, isn't it? That's what we're paying for, and that's what the fans and spectators are paying to watch those type of fights. So we're delighted that we got that on our show tonight.
And what did you make to the turnout? It was like, I know you changed the cage to the middle and everyone can go all the way around now, and it was packed. You could feel the atmosphere all the way through. And is that what you expected from
you know, we brought, I'm going to say Aaron and I ran our show, MCRFC. Everybody knows the backstory behind it. We brought Aaron and then we brought Tom and Adam in with the hope that that's where we'd end up, to get there on our first show and, you know, sell it out and everyone to leave satisfied after a good night of fights. You know, I'm sure they didn't see the stress that we went through getting through tonight. I don't know that I've particularly enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching the fights, and I'm sure I'll enjoy watching them again. But yeah, we're delighted. Again, perfect.
And when you're hoping to get the next one going?
Well, as you might be aware, Quinton Rampage Jackson won last night, so he progresses into the Bellator finals. So obviously Tom's focus will be on that, and we've got to the point now, Aaron and I, that we don't want to do the show without Tom being there. So again, we'll work around that. We're hoping to maybe hot off the press, maybe go outside with it and have an outdoor show and really look to push the ICE brand that way. But I assume that we'll have a show by the latest in June, and then maybe look to that big outdoor show end of August sometime. So there's lots of shows coming about, and I know everyone wants to match good fights. We don't want to dilute our own product by having two regular shows. So whenever the timing's right, we'll get the word out there, and we've got a lot of good gyms on board now. They've seen that we're putting on a good product. The show is fantastic. It's fantastically supported. So the sky's the limit, you know.
Definitely isn't. Thanks for giving me the Rampage result. I didn't actually know, and I'd forgotten about it. You've not spoiled me. I'd totally forgotten about it. Now you've said it, it flicked in, so I'll still watch it. But a great win for Rampage, especially. So don't know why I'm now chatting about Rampage. That's the way it is, isn't it?
Okay.
That's the way it is.
I guess this is Split Decision. Cal Prince wrapping up this interview because he's just chatting shit. Thank you.
Best way to end.